Alright, we're still busy on 4POS and all the new videos on our nice new looking program. Let's have a look at serial tracking. So serial tracking is all about being able to track the same product with multiple serial numbers. In other words, whether it's a TV, whether it is a cell phone, whether it is a computer, motherboard, hard drive, anything electronic for that matter, we will have the same product in stock, and obviously we will try and track that item and say, well, when was this specific TV bought? So if I just go into the product that I've just quickly created here now, it's all the normal specifications of the product, the display name, receipt name, all the rest of it. Electronics department, supplier, etc., etc. The important part is the serial tracking down here. So I've enabled serial tracking on the system, and specifically to be able to go and say, fine, what did I buy, when did I buy it, and what the serial number is of the items that I bought. So let's just take that as a simple example. Okay, and we go through to the system, and I'm going to do a purchase now. You can't sell a product that has got serial tracking on if there's no serial numbers to pick from. So again, maybe let's go through that process and just show you exactly what I mean with that. Alright, so doing update point of sale, making sure my domain controller is open. Go to my point of sale. Again, just on that point, just go and make sure that your instruction numbers are updated. As you can see, the controller just changed to 8486 there, and my point of sale is still sitting on 8485, just changed to 846 in the background. Alright, so I'm logging into my point of sale. I'm going to be able to sell my item now. I'm going to sell that TV, and as soon as I press it, it says sorry, can't sell it. There's no item list from which to pick the serial numbers. In other words, there's no serial numbers available for you to sell. Alright, so again, let's go back into the back office, go back to that product, and again, let's go and select my TV, 48 inch. And if I look at my serial tracking, there's nothing there. Nothing has been bought, nothing has been sold. There's zero stock on the system. All right. So let's go and put some stock in. So I'm going to go in the back office, order processor, GRV, create a new one, and my supplier was L&R Distributors. Okay. I'm going to go next, create the purchase order, type in my invoice number, and say low GRV. Alright, so these are the two products that I buy from this supplier. So I'm going to say I'm buying the 48 inch. I bought 4 of them, just for sake of an argument. And they are 65 inch. I'm not going to buy right now. I haven't purchased any. Going to go next, next again, and process my invoice. Again, it will ask me where is it going into. In other words, which warehouse is it going to, and I will say yes. It's going to go to the default, and I'm going to say yes. Now it pops up another new screen, and this screen will now prompt me and say, okay, what is the serial numbers of these 4 LG 48 inches that you bought? And just for make it easier, I'm going to give it a simple range of numbers, 1001 and 1002 and 1003. As you can see, you can literally just type the number and press enter, and 1004. So those are the simple numbers, and I can say fine, I'm happy with that, and I can update my list. I bought 4, and that's it. There's my purchase has gone through. I now have 4 in stock. Again, to double check, back to the product itself, let's go and call it up there, and my 48 inch is in stock. I can go and look at history, and yes, I've got 4 in stock there. And more specifically, let's look at the serial tracking. These 4 items are in stock. Alright, now I've been playing around with my database, so I'm just going to quickly make sure that my point of sale is set up to deduct from that warehouse specifically and not from somewhere else. Yes, just as I thought. So I'm going to make sure that it comes with my default warehouse. Serial tracking specifically would need the default warehouse. Okay, now on that point, you don't need to do an update once you've done a GRV, simply because when you do a sales item of the product, it will automatically go and look at the database. In other words, it needs to be connected to the database to see whether there's stock available for you to sell. And then on that point, obviously, if you have a network failure or your point of sale machine might not be physically connected over the network to your back office, that will be a problem for you to sell your serial tracking items off. Alright, so let's go back to my LG 24, and now it's asking me, okay, so which serial number are you selling? And again, I can go down and say, well, it so happens the customer selected that specific one. And there's my total, and I'm going to press F2 for cash. No thanks, I don't want to invoice. Alright. In one of the other videos you would have seen that we've talked about D required, which is what you can see down here now. D required basically tells me that you've got more money in the drawer than what that you have specified. You specified and said that if there is more than a certain amount in the drawer, it must give you a warning. So if you see this, you know that it's a drop is required, and therefore you need to go and do a payout of some cash. You've got too much cash in your till. Okay, so let's go back into the back office now. And in the back office, I can go to stock, create, edit again, amend stock by detail. I can go back to my TV and double click on the 48-inch. And if I look at our serial tracking over there, you can see that that item is not in stock anymore. In other words, 1003 was sold on the 14th of September, and that's the invoice number it was sold on. Now, obviously, in the point of sale, you can do an inquiry on that as well. So when the customer returns it for repair or return, you can then clearly double check the date sold and go back to the receipt even and say, you know, this is not within the year warranty or 6 months or whatever you've offered to the customer. And that is serial tracking. Enjoy.